It's now my distinct privilege to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Frank Sorrentino. Where is Mr. Sorrentino? Good. A hallmark of successful entrepreneurs is the ability to see opportunities and to adapt to a rapidly changing business environment. Mr. Sorrentino, founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of Connect One Bank, has exemplified this concept throughout his career. Before founding Connect One Bank, Mr. Sorrentino was president of FSS Construction, a family-owned third-generation construction business specializing in custom luxury homes. As head of a successful and growing enterprise, Mr. Sorrentino saw a need in the marketplace for banks that could meet the needs of businesses like his own. Drawing upon his entrepreneurial spirit, Mr. Sorrentino sought to meet that need and created Connect One Bank, a bank that could offer both the superior customer service and the financial features needed by small and mid-sized businesses. In 2005, Mr. Sorrentino launched Connect One Bank. Just 3 years later, in 2008, financial crisis struck the United States banking industry and financial systems all over the world. While other banks adopted a conservative business strategy in the years following the financial meltdown, Mr. Sorrentino's bold leadership propelled Connect One to its greatest period of growth from 2007 to 2010, exactly the same period everybody else was suffering. Mr. Sorrentino's forward-thinking business mindset can be seen in his first-mover approach to technology, which has helped Connect One gain a significant competitive advantage. Under his leadership, Connect One has been at the forefront of adopting leading-edge banking technologies that are transforming how we bank. In February 2013, Connect One became the first bank to go public since the Great Recession. And since first opening in 2005, Connect One has grown across the New Jersey and New York region with over $6 billion in assets and 29 locations. Widely respected for his business acumen and leadership, Mr. Sorrentino has garnered numerous accolades, including being named Builder of the Year in 1995 by the Builders Association of Northern New Jersey, and the 2018 Executive of the Year by the Manhattan Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Sorrentino's remarkable career is a testament to the entrepreneurial spirit and problem-solving approach which are emblematic of a Stevens education. His career is an exemplar for our graduates here today. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce Mr. Frank Sorrentino III.
Hello, Stevens grads. What a great pleasure to be with you, all of you here today, and what an amazing day it actually is. Today we're going to talk about building something better. We stand here at a time that marks some amazing and interesting anniversaries that I think we should all ponder. As you just heard, I believe it's next year, Stevens will celebrate its 150th anniversary. Born in the spirit of invention, Stevens students and alum have driven meaningful innovations through a forward-looking view and a focus on both excellence and technology. You know, it was 75 years ago, the world was in turmoil, World War II. But it was the determination of those who believed in a just world, combined with the sheer ingenuity and a real sense of urgency here in the United States, that launched D-Day, the most audacious sea invasion the world had ever seen. It was because of people that were just like you, working with so much less at that time, from industrial might to technology. In fact, most of it had to be invented along the way, which led to the end of the war and unleashed one of the greatest technological and industrial booms in our history. We needed to build something better for the world. And it was just about 50 years ago, a bunch of folks thought we could put a man on the moon. Consider the undertaking with the technology available at the time. I'm sure you all know, or maybe did you know, that the Apollo guidance system had less computing power than today's washing machine. Can you imagine engineers performing those types of calculations by slide rule, designing materials that did not exist? However, that spirit of innovation and sense of urgency driven by a bold, ambitious president drove what seemed impossible to landing a man on the moon. Wow, we dreamed of building something better for all mankind. By the way, one more anniversary. It was actually 40 years ago, I think almost to today, I received a waitlist letter from Stevens. I chose not to go, but Stephen obviously didn't quit trying, and 40 years later, I guess you could say, I was finally accepted, and I'm here today, and couldn't be more proud to share this day with you. I started life as a builder. I entered my family's construction business, went to engineering school at night, and graduated 6.5 years later. It was very hard. I know many of you can relate to the challenges. Actually, I remember my graduation, standing in my cap and gown, and holding my 1-year-old son for photos. He's actually standing here today, along with one of my other sons, both proud Stevens alum. So what did I really learn as a builder? While it's important for me to deliver a good product to my client, what truly made me successful was the experience we delivered. It was the same kind of experience I was looking for from a bank. And despite being one of the most affluent and dense markets in the country, not one bank existed that effectively served small businesses like mine. So in 2005, I decided to start one. One that focused on combining a client-centric culture with technology. I believed that banking could be better, and I was determined to prove it. Today, Connect One Bank has grown to be one of the best performing banks in the history of New Jersey. Building a bank from the ground up is probably one of the most challenging things that I'd ever done. And lessons were learned along the way, often the hard way, but there are some guideposts that truly shaped my journey. They may help shape yours. Guidepost number 1, doing something different. It's hard and it may look impossible. Understand that if you just focus on the tasks at hand, not worry that they are hard or where the finish line is, you'll be able to achieve what seems to be impossible. You'll be doing hard things, yes, very hard things sometimes, and you'll begin one step at a time. Your view of what was once impossible will become possible. As we all know, nothing of value comes easy. Don't let the enormity of what you're embarking on dissuade you. So look past the idea of impossible in order to build something better. Guidepost number 2, be curious. I think part of my brain may have stopped developing when I was about 5 years old because I forever find myself asking the question, why? And it's normally followed by, but why? Followed again by, I really don't understand, so please explain to me why. And it's that curiosity that's truly been a part of my success. It is, and it has been curiosity that drives all change, all innovation, and all the invention created thus far. So be a 5-year-old in order to build something better. And if you're curious, you'll get to my guidepost number 3. See the opportunity. Do you see it? It's all around you. You need to find it, grab it. Don't be afraid to go for it. Sure, it's surrounded and shrouded in risks that most people won't take. Every day presents us with a new opportunity that can change our lives. Sometimes they seem small, but that should not stop them from being valuable. And sometimes they're hidden in challenges. The bigger the challenges, the bigger the opportunities. I think it was Winston Churchill who said, "The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity, and the optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty." Another place you should find opportunities, or where they're found, are in the people around you. Those who push you further. Right here today, say hello to the classmate to your left and the one to your right. Does anything stand out to you besides the fact that you're graduating from one of the best graduate programs in the country? This is really some crowd. Standing in this event could be the next Jamie Dimon or the next Steve Jobs, or who knows. It is without a doubt that someone here is going to put a ding in the universe. So go out, take on new challenges, meet new people, and see the opportunities to build something better. Guidepost number 4, drown out the noise. Focus on what you believe and don't let the naysayers hinder you. One of my most successful periods in building was during the recession of the early 2000s, and our strongest growth spur to Connect One Bank was during the Great Recession of 2008. Post-recession, when the economy was dismal and the country was recovering from one of the worst economic setbacks it had seen, we decided to do what seemed impossible. We filed an IPO. Many thought we were crazy, but I had to drown out the noise and focus on the facts. The results? We were the first bank in the nation to complete a successful IPO, raising capital for growth, and in fact, we were oversubscribed. For me, there was always clarity in our purpose, and my passion allowed me to cut through the noise and keep our team focused on the mission. I didn't think about who was going to let me, but rather who was going to stop me. And finally, guidepost number 5, don't forget your moral compass. There are many really smart people in this world. Not all put their talents to use for good or for noble causes. The news is full of those who fall from grace. Mostly, those stories start with a slippery slope. I too have had moments of doubt, moments where conflicts became reality, and where the fork in the road between right and wrong became muddy. It's important to have a moral compass, to put what you have learned from your parents, from your friends, and from your mentors in focus. For my sons, who are probably cringing right now in the back, I boiled it down to one question that they should ask themselves when in a situation that could lead them to trouble. And that question is, if I do this, would my mother be proud of me? By the way, she's here too. What will you use for your moral compass? So now it's your time to go out and build something better. And I have no doubt you will do it. Thank you for allowing me to share this very special moment with you. I'd like to also say a quick thank you to all the parents, friends, families, and guests, all the Stevens faculty who have done so much to shape your experience, President Farvarden, the Board of Trustees, Chairman of the Board Stephen Boswell, and all the cabinet members. And just remember, progress doesn't happen on its own, and it may seem impossible. You're all on a great path. We live in an exciting time. Stay curious, ask why, welcome challenges, drown out the noise, and don't forget to stay true to yourself. Build something better for all of us. Congratulations, Stevens class of 2019, and thank you for the opportunity to be here today.